Okay.
Where's your dog? We're live. We are live. All right.
All right, I'm Brendan. I'm going to play this song that my dog wrote. I can't wait to get you up in the morning when the sun is shining bright. It's gonna be another day with you. We're gonna run and play and seize the day. There ain't nothing like chasing your cares away with you. Oh, with you. When you're down, I'll help you turn around. Nobody knows how much I love you. Nobody knows how much I care. There's a big old world. Let's get out there and live it. Walking next to you may seem to be just another little thing in the world you see, but the truth is it just means so much to me. I'm gonna wag my tail, gonna dig a bunch of holes. I don't know why, but I think it means I love you. If you're down, I'll help you turn around. Nobody knows how much I love you. Nobody knows how much I care. There's a big old world, let's get out there and live it. Nobody knows how the story goes, so don't worry all your life. I just wanna be your best friend, follow you until the end of time. Oh, I love rolling in the cracks and bringing you lots of special things, even though you think they stink. And I know when you put me to the test, I'll make you proud. So please, please throw that ball. Oh, you're my favorite part of my life, and it's gonna be a good one when we're out here having fun. Nobody knows how much I love you. Nobody knows how much I care. There's a big old world, let's get out there and live it. Nobody knows where the story goes, so don't worry all your life. I just wanna be your best friend, follow you until the end of time. Oh, when it's time to go to bed at night, I like to curl up by your side and dream of another day with you. So good night.
Yes! Yay! Oh,
Thanks.
oh my goodness, that was so awesome. Bolo, did you like that? She loves music. She loves music. Brendan, I'm so excited to have you here today. Wow, that was brilliant. And I know, like, on your YouTube videos and in live, the acoustics would be 10 times greater. But since we're all sequestered, you guys, isn't he phenomenal? So I have to thank Miss Erin Blackwell, who's on Facebook right now, for sharing your songs with me, because of my sweet girl, who is I mean, if I were to say she's my life, I insult my husband and my child, but she is my heart dog that is everything to me. And so when I heard that song, I was like, I am going to call him and get him. They were like, really? And I'm like, yeah, all we can do is ask. So anyway, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to.
No problem.
All right. So if you guys are first joining in of this, following this fantastic serenade, I'm Gila Kurtz. I'm one of the co-founders and co-owners of Dog is Good. And I'm so excited to have Brendan here and share him with you and his story, which I feel parallels so much of my own. Actually, Bola wants to go out, so I'm going to let her out real quick. Hold on one second. Come on, Bola. You can go. All right. Good girl. I laugh because when we do these midday Mutt motivations, it's always during lunch hour, and she has this habit of visiting everybody because they're eating. I don't
Wow.
know if your lab has the same thing. So anyway, you guys, hi Jane. I know it's a great pick me up. Okay, so we're going to give you guys access to. I mean, we got his YouTube channel. I want you to share that with people because this is a great way to lift up everyone's day and all of us who are dog lovers. That song just means so much. And in fact, so many of the other songs that he has on his album really are relatable and truly, truly warm your heart. So I'm hoping that we can become longtime friends because I just love what you're doing. Okay, guys, I want to give him a more formal introduction. Brendan is a singer-songwriter from the Baltimore, D.C. area, which is where I'm from originally, more on the D.C., Virginia side, but I did teach high school just south of Baltimore. And his solo album songs, My Dog Wrote, is an entire rock record of songs written from the dog's perspective, which you guys know how much I love the dog's perspective. So great stuff. He and his fiance, Kristen, were puppy raisers for the service dog organization, Hero Dogs. They raised and trained Hero Dog Calvin to be placed with a veteran. However, as Calvin had overwhelming allergies, was released from the program, but adopted back by Brendan and Kristen. Now they work with him as a therapy dog and enjoy volunteering at Walter Reed Medical Hospital. I feel like we have all these things in common. Like I raised Bolo to be a puppy raiser. I had my daughter at Walter Reed Medical Hospital. Calvin was a huge inspiration in composing songs My Dog Wrote, as Brendan was love-stricken by the bond they formed, and I can relate to that so well. He aims to motivate fans to live life to their fullest with their own furry companions while learning the lessons that they teach us each day. You guys, is this guy like the perfect guy? I love him. It's so great. Christian, lucky gal. Every live show is a high energy rock and roll celebration of the connection shared with our animals. I feel like we need to collaborate and do a concert and maybe even collaborate on Fur Covered Wisdom too. And for those of you who don't know Fur Covered Wisdom, that is our dog-centric philosophy on living life to its fullest and fetching everything that you want via the lessons that these great creatures bring to us each and every day. So anyway, Brendan, thank you for joining.
My pleasure.
All right. Now, you guys, don't forget, you can pop in questions too, but I'm going to ask the quick question. Tell us about your evolution as a songwriter. Like, where did that begin? Were you always interested in music, and how did it evolve? And more importantly, how did it transcend into the world of dogs?
Right. So I've just always been into music, and I've been playing in bands for the last, 20 years.
Okay, wait. 20 years?
Yeah.
You look like you're 20 years old. Did you start when you were 3?
I'm actually 33 years old.
Wow, awesome. Okay, very good. Good genes, good genes.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been playing like for a long time and playing in lots of different bands, and it's just what I do. And I never grew up with a dog actually, and when I met Kristen, we actually met in high school, so we're high school sweethearts actually. And
I love that.
And she grew up with a dog and was very much a dog person. She kind of like taught me the ways.
The way of dog lover, right?
Yeah. And that was already like an impact on me. But fast forward to 2013, 2014, we got into the Hero Dogs program.
What prompted you to do that? Like, what was your thought process as you're having that conversation? Let's raise a puppy. Why were you inspired by that organization?
Well, it was very much Kristen. She was thinking to go into dog training and had always been interested in service dogs and what they do and how to raise and train them. One thing led to another, and we wound up, we decided it would be cool for us to be puppy raisers, to see if we could raise a puppy that would then go to someone else in need of a service dog. In this case, a disabled, wounded veteran.
And what was that experience like when you first brought Calvin home and those first few weeks leading up to 6 months, and then ultimately when you had to return him?
It was definitely like a shock for me, like I wasn't raised with dogs and stuff. But yeah, it had a really profound effect on me. And I remember there was a weekend we brought him home, and so cute.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, take him for the weekend, and if you feel like this is the right fit for you, then you guys can proceed and be the puppy raisers. And I remember the first day I was like, wow, I don't know, this is overwhelming, I don't know. But then after the weekend, I was like, okay, we can do this.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just then on.
What did you learn about yourself in the process?
The number one thing was how to be present, like in the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
It seems dogs are just so very much present. And when you're out on a walk or playing or training, it's all about being in the present. And I think over time, I've really acknowledged that and try to celebrate it, you know?
Mm-hmm. I love that. What tell us about Hero Dogs? So there's a lot of different organizations out there, and I'm familiar with Hero Dogs. Tell us what you loved about their organization and who they serve.
So at the time, they serve disabled veterans, wounded veterans. I think Kristen was initially motivated to look towards them because her dad was in the military.
Oh, awesome.
Navy. And
he was in the Navy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wonder, what did he do in the Navy?
I'm not sure. He
might know my husband. That's why I'm saying that would be funny if he did.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I lost track of where I was.
Yeah. Okay, so you were talking about Hero Dogs, and the reason why you chose that organization is primarily because they benefit wounded veterans or veterans in need as for service dogs. Now, Calvin did not. He actually passed through his program, but then tell us what happened from there.
Right. So Calvin was amazing, and we were having so much fun training him. Go to the classes and all that, and I learned so much because I knew like nothing. But we went through all that, and as we were raising him, we kept seeing him being super itchy and trying to like diagnose where the itch is coming from, and at some point he started really biting at his arm. Like that was a pretty clear sign that there's an allergy problem. So we had to take him to a special allergist in the DC area. And then it was like, yeah, he's got really bad allergies. And so with Hero Dogs, Hero Dogs supplies the dog at no charge to the veteran. And so being a high allergy dog was pretty costly. And so that's why they kind of got him out of the program, because it was for the veteran to.
So you got him back when he was about a year then?
Actually about a year and a half.
Okay. Yeah. And so what's so interesting is I went through the same thing with Bolo. She's not doesn't have allergies, but she passed through her program and she was trained to be a guide dog, but she did not want to work. And so several months actually it was about 7 weeks into her retraining or the next phase of training, she was determined a career change, and that's why she came back to me as well. And so at what point did you start writing songs? from Calvin's perspective?
So with the Hair Dogs program, at some point they started, we would do a monthly blog, and the blog would be from the dog's perspective, and I would just have a lot of fun like doing that. And at some point, I remember it was over the summer, I was getting on Instagram, and I felt the need to like write a poem from Calvin's perspective. And then after that, I was like, I'm writing a song, and I don't know, it just kept coming. And
that's awesome. Do you have another song that is one of your favorites that you could sing again for us?
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
Right now?
Yeah, we'd love it.
Okay.
You guys want to hear another song?
All right, let's see. So there's like 11 songs on the album that are all written from the dog's perspective. And then the very last song, the 12th song, is like a lullaby that is like me singing to Calvin or anyone singing to their dog. But I'll sing, I think it's the second or third track on it. It's called Along Your Side.
Along Your Side, okay.
I still remember the first day I saw you looking at me, looking right back at you. Ever since then, we've been the best of friends. When I know I can count on you, 'cause you can count on you. It's just you and me. We were meant to be along your side, living each day full. Me smile when we go outside and fall asleep under the tree. I don't know why, but you still make me cry. Whenever you are gone, it doesn't feel right. It's just you and me. We were meant to be right along your side, living each day full. Because life is flies, you know that. You buy, wait along so long, you don't miss the whole song. I wanna run as fast as we can go anywhere. I wanna run until the sun burns out. Yeah, we gotta take it on side by side. There's nothing that you and I can't take that'll break us down at all. Make me smile every day you are around. I'm so happy. It's just you and me. We were meant to be right along your side, living each day full. Because life it flies, it'll pass you by. Turn around too long, you'll miss the whole song. It's just you and me. We were meant to be right along your side, living each day full. Because life is life, pass you by. Don't wait around too long, or you'll miss the whole song.
Okay, is this your only album or do you have more than one album?
So as like a solo artist, it's my only album.
Okay, your only album. Okay.
Yeah.
And we can get your album just by downloading it on iTunes. I see Aaron is writing, but are there other ways in which we can follow you on YouTube, right?
Yep. I mean, the album should be everywhere. It's on Spotify and Apple, all those places.
Okay,
Or
so
you can
good.
go to my website and buy a hard copy CD if you want.
There you go.
You want
That would be so awesome. What would you say is, besides being present, um, during this time when people are at home and they're with their dogs all the time and they're evaluating life, as they knew it prior to this sequestering and what it's going to be moving forward, what would you want to share? What do you think Calvin would want to say as a message in providing hope and inspiration for people moving forward?
Wow. I don't know. I think he would just, want us to all keep being playful, keep throwing the ball,
Mm-hmm.
keep going outside.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you just nailed it right there. I think that they want us to keep playing, to be playful, that we've had this opportunity and time to just to play a little bit more with them and remember that everything is just stuff and we don't have to be so stressful and things like that moving forward. Now, where I realize that concerts are probably canceled, but do you have pending concerts coming up maybe in the fall, or what's your schedule like?
Unfortunately not. I mean, there were concerts, but they're all canceled. I have the feeling that it's indefinitely until 2021 that we'll be able to play live, like venues again. That's just my feeling. I'm not sure. But.
Now your this particular album is just you solo, but you play with the band. Does your band like back you up in some of the acoustics or other instruments for this particular album, or you guys play different stuff?
Yeah, I've got a group of guys, my good friends that I play in another band with. But if I get a show for the dog related album, they'll back me and it'll be
okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I think we can do like a virtual conference, and we do it as a fundraiser for charity. I think that is something that we could do. And you also do, like you mentioned something before we went live about children. You have a children's song, or what was it that you said?
So part of what I also do is I play in another band that's called Rainbow Rock.
Rainbow Rock.
It's they call it Top Rock. It's for kids, like age 1 to 4. It's kind of like Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Gets the kids moving. It's very aerobic, fun experience.
Oh, I love it. Oh,
one of
Brendan.
my things, so.
It's not one of your main things. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I love that though. Do you guys have children or just Calvin right now? Just your fur baby?
We just have Calvin right now.
Calvin. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm thinking we need to talk, and Stephanie is on here about planning a virtual concert. And I think you could also incorporate a little something for the little ones. And we have Baby Bolo on our team, a little character that could share some messages with the little ones as well. And look at these great comments. I felt low, but I'm feeling so good now. I know we all are. I just love this. And so as we get ready, do you guys have any questions for Calvin? I mean, Calvin, for Brendan? Because if not, I don't want to waste any time talking questions. I would love for him to play one last song to take us on to our day and remind everybody that, yes, when you are present, your dogs have something to share. They have something to tell you. And when the student is ready to learn, the teacher always appears. I firmly believe that these amazing, amazing animals that have been gifted to our lives are here for a reason. and especially now more than ever before. And so I just love these songs so much, and I know it's so uplifting. So we're gonna let Brendan take us out, and you guys stay tuned, because I think we're gonna plan something here, and I'm really excited about it. And the ideas are already racing in my little brain. That's like the idea machine. But I'm gonna let Brendan take us out with. Does anybody have like? If somebody requested a song, would you be able to jump right to it, or do you want to pick the song?
Like from my album, sure.
Yeah. Okay, Aaron, since you were the one that shared Brendan with, she wants you to play "When You Come Home."
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I know that we share something, and I know it's something true. So I will follow you wherever you may think you'll go, and I'll go along with you. Take the wheel, I'm right behind you. I don't really want to be anywhere else, and I'm left wondering, where do you go when you go out that door, and you're gone for oh so long? But I will wait, just as long as it may take. I'll be here when you come home, and I will make all your troubles go away, because I love you, and I don't want to see you go. I'm right behind you. I don't really want to be anywhere else, and I'm left wondering, where do you go when you go out the door, and you're gone for oh so long? But I will wait, just as long as it may take. I'll be here when you come home, and I will make all your troubles go away, because I love you, and I don't want to see you. I see your eyes connect with mine. It's a world to me. You make me smile. I will wait, just as long as it may take, and I'll be here when you come home, and I will make all your troubles go away, because I love you. I love you. I will wait, just as long as it may take. I'll be here when you come home, and I will make all your troubles go away, because I love you, and I don't want to see you go. Well, I know that we share something, and I know it's something true. So I will follow you wherever you may think you'll go, and I'll go along with you.
Oh, yes! I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. That was so awesome. So awesome. And there's the inspiration behind it all. You guys, this was I'm going to dedicate this live to Miss Erin Blackwell. Erin, I hope you are smiling, and I hope in that moment when you don't feel like you want to smile, that you go back and you watch this and you remember how this all makes us feel. Now, thank you, Brendan. You are so brilliant, and I love the message beyond words. And Kalia said it. It's one of my favorite things. It's the only thing I love about travel is my first 2 minutes in the door when, but all my dogs. But now it's just Bolo. When Bolo greets me, there's nothing like it. And you guys watching know exactly what I'm talking about. There is nothing like it. I'm so inspired and I'm so moved, and I love the energy. And I think, you guys, this is the energy that our dogs want us to feel all the time. It's just to feel good. That's all we all deserve, is to feel good. And by feeling good, everything else becomes, the stressors just can fall by the wayside. So, Brendan, you stay on with me after we end this broadcast, and Stephanie's here too. If my husband is watching, I promise you this is not something we're doing next week. He gets a little worried when my brain starts to activate. So, but I really would, I feel there's so many parallels. We're a military veteran-owned company, business, and we raised Bolo. We got Bolo back. Had my daughter at Walter Reed. I don't know. There's just a lot of parallels. The only thing I don't do is for everybody, and I'm sure you'll be very happy, people, I don't sing. I mean, I sing, but not like he does, for sure. And but I sure love to dance, and that was some great tunes, and certainly the kind of message I like to listen to. So, Brendan, thank you so much for being here, and thank you everybody for watching. Please share if you loved this. Please share this live here on Facebook, and let people know where they can download and access this great album, and where they can connect with Brendan too. So anyway, have a great Tuesday, everybody. Talk to you soon. Make it an amazing day, and stay tuned for the pending virtual conference that we're going to plan, I think. All right. Take care. Bye.